Good afternoon, viewers, and welcome to another episode of Safe Distance and Save Lives. That's right, it's that time of the day, and I think you're enjoying these series because you get to travel with me around the world. Today, I'm delighted to welcome our CEO of Prospecta, Ranjan Bakshi. He is a great entrepreneur. I have seen him grow right from very small company to a big company that it is now with a big global presence. I don't want to pull out all the excitement from this interview. So let's welcome Ranjan Bakshi.
I'm having a very different kind of time and trying to really enjoy this whole new way of working and a new normal.
Actually, this whole online thing is not new to you. You have been in this, and your part of your work is all online. So, what kind of situation are you facing now?
It's funny you say that because I don't know why I kept my names of my products called Master Data Online 12 years ago. And today it's true by the name of online. I think I'll say we are still the fortunate and the lucky ones that we can work from home and we can do business. We have a yes, it's not new to us because we have teams which is constantly working remotely with our customers even before the COVID. The only thing is now it's much more structured. The customers are also expecting to work like that. They don't expect us to see us. So I think in general, it's been a great experience. Yes, it's always good to meet people. We do feel that meeting is always good. But on the other hand, I think it's not been a massive impact. But yes, it's definitely changed the way.
I think you touched it very valid point right now. And I'm coming out of many meetings and myself, and I'm looking at various people who are basically trying to adopt this whole online concept. And they're at different educational level. How does it impact your in your customer scene, like additional educational step that you need to take at during this time, because they are used to the contact basis and they're used to the meetings and all that. I remember that's the reason why you travel so much. So please share with us the mind shift.
A lot of people can work from home. A lot of people don't like to work from home. And a lot of people can't work from home. So we have to respect all that because everybody just doesn't have a nice desk and an internet connection which is very stable and they can straight away work from home.
What would you like to say about when the lockdown finishes? Do you think there'll be suddenly a realization that you need to kind of have both online and offline?
See, to say that certain industries, I would say 99% people have been impacted. Pretty much everybody has been impacted. Okay, some are direct impacts, some are indirect impacts. The direct impacts are people like the restaurants, the cafes, the gyms. And they're the direct impacts. And they can't just do business. But for example, my personal trainer who trains me, we do it over Zoom. Okay, I've got a little gym. My home office is a gym also now, and he has worked out a way that we both have worked out. And actually, I still sweat the same way I used to sweat in his gym. There's no difference. So some people are being very creative who can do it. So everybody has to do something differently. A lot of people doing takeaways in restaurants, trying to make it more creative online ordering. Everybody is definitely impacted by this.
Thank you so much for sharing all that industry insights. Let's get into your personal life now. So you just told us about your mountain climbing and you like the nature and you go for hikes and you go for all these. So are you absolutely not allowed to go outside, or you can go out for a walk at least?
I think Australia has been pretty good at that. So even when I was in New York, I traveled back in the middle of March. So when the pandemic hit pretty hard in New York, by the time I reached here, I was fortunate only that I was 1 week before they had a lockdown in the hotels. They had to stay self-isolate at home. So yeah, those 14 days I couldn't get out. I was just at home. And then after those 14 days, the Australian government allowed you to go and you could go and do exercise. You can go and do run alone. So there were some restrictions, but at least I could go for a run. I can't go for a hike. I can't go to a national park, but I can definitely go to a run and do my home gym.
How is it going on for you in personal time? And what are you guys doing when you are together? Please share your personal moments with the family. What do you do during these times?
No, I think it's great to be with everybody together. I know, especially with my boys, because I really miss them quite a bit when I'm traveling. When I say miss them, they don't miss me. They're teenagers now, but in general, we do much more talking. We discuss many things, and what has made COVID realize even these young kids especially in this generation, is how important is every little thing now. So every small thing matters. So I think it's a bad thing, but it's a good experience for their learning in terms of, they never thought they can get locked down. So, when you're at that age, you think you can't get locked down. Nobody can stop me. But now, anything can happen. So I feel in general, it's been great. Yeah, we have some internet fights.
Another thing, one question that was coming, and we will put this before, was about you touched three countries before this COVID, actually. So you were in India, and then you went back to Australia, and then you went from Australia to US, right? And then you came back from US to back to Australia. So this was all within a month that you were doing, if I'm not wrong. So when you did that, so you got a feel of what India was doing, because you have employees there and you have family as well. You got a feel of what America was doing, and you are looking at what Australia is doing. I'm sure you're following the news and you're looking at the numbers flattening the curve, right? So we are looking. So what do you think, how are these countries dealing with this differently? Because it's all about leadership, and you are being also a leader of a company, so it's about leadership. I just want to know how all these three countries are tackling this whole thing.
So I will not talk too much. I'm not a political person, but from America's perspective, I think there is something missing there in terms of a cohesive response. That it's not that I was in New York, and yeah, it is. On the other hand, they have a tough job because New York is a highly densified, and it's a huge, one of the largest places where people travel. So to have an outbreak in countries like New York, Spain, Italy, it's very common because they're all very a huge travel destination. But I think could have been managed better. Yes. Could that the lockdown have been enforced in a much better way months before? I would say yes. But in general, some of these things, until they hit you, a lot of people don't want to believe that this is going to be that bad. It's one of those things. No, it's going to be that bad. It'll be okay. I remember I was in New York. There were a few cases in Seattle, Washington, and we were not even bothered. People were in New York, but living their life. And they thought that is too far away. It's in an isolated nursing home. It'll never reach New York. Within 2 weeks, everything changed. And I feel very bad about the deaths that have happened in New York. It's just not unbelievable. So I feel that a lot could have been done. Right, from the New Zealand Prime Minister to Australian Prime Minister. And Australia have done it very well. I think we have a very good leadership, and they all worked very well. And I also really, even in India, the way they're in terms of the population and the control. But one thing we have to be careful in India is that the number of tests happening or not, because it's all about how many people you have tested and how many people are. Because it's one of those diseases which can be. I can have it right now, and I will not even know, and I'll be completely normal. I can just pass it on. I can be a carrier. So we know all the facts. I don't want to go through that, but I think if countries are, I think hopefully we all learn a lesson now, and we know and we should not wait for another pandemic to hit. And I would say if this would have been a worse pandemic, imagine if this was a very deadly pandemic, which would have killed you in a few days. That would have been worse, right? So this is like a pandemic. We just kill people, really the people who are age or they have asthma. But normally healthy people get recovered. Young children doesn't impact. So that way it's a blessing in disguise. So I think what people need to understand from here, maybe there's something else waiting to hit us, which can be much more worse and can be much more deadly. So we need to really prepare ourselves, and the leadership of each country has to now, I think, more than investing in weapons and wars, and I think that's something hopefully people have tried, rather than putting their defense budget and putting nuclear missiles. Maybe they need to arm their health. They need to create an army. They need to create a special army, like I think what Bill Gates said. It's like any other operation. You have to create a special army to fight this. This is not the end.
Thank you so much for sharing all those views. I would like you to share with us in one word, if you have a message to convey to the audience who's watching this program and who are in their lockdown situation.
I would call it belief. Okay, just believe it's going to be right. Just hang in there. So I think probably one word is too hard. I'll say belief. The second word I'll say patience. This is testing our patience. Keep your head down and just be patient enough. You'll get very frustrated in this. You'll like to do things which you shouldn't be doing. You may hurt other people by not being in lockdown. So be very careful to have that belief and have that patience. And like any other thing, this will pass too.
Thank you for being with us in Safe Distance and Save Lives. It was wonderful talking with you, Ranjan Bakshi, all the way from Sydney.